have the best position. But even though we cannot really, I would just, if I want to use that, I need to be there. So, well. Hello everyone, my name is Economou. I'm a professor at Georgia Tech. Delighted to be here today. The presentation that I'm going to be talking about, it's really a companion volume to a software that we have been developing for some time now with Thomas Grassi. Thomas Grassi did his PhD with me, formally awarded by the Technical University of Vienna. He's a partner now, staff architect in Vienna. Accomplished architect, principal in the firm, and a really good program. So we have been developing this software, and the software we called GRAPE has been the product in this PhD. Bring the software to be able to carry the miraculous computations that George and Terry and the rest have been doing over the years, and more as well. And it has been some sort of a struggle and an effort to see how this can be done, and how at least begin to simulate some of these discussions. The paper is called Paperless Grammar, and it is playfully alludes and relates and compares and contrasts with all this stuff in the 90s, with the paperless studio, if you remember, electronic studio, electric studio. There were all these different sort of titles that they were suggesting the changing discourse in architecture, and all the challenges that were associated with the changing discourse, how it moved from a manual drafting sort of system to an electronic one, to a digital one. And in a similar way, I use that as a metaphor, as a sort of a step to say how we could possibly move from this incredible beauty of the pencil, of the computation that you do with the pencil and the eraser to a completely digital environment. So, in order to do that, you need some interpreters, and there's many around, and many in this room here. They have done work in this front. So we'll go very briefly as a background, only to state the agenda for what is the topic of the paper, which will be two different types of exercises and two different ways that we have been using this software at Georgia Tech over the last 3-4 years. And always working with Thomas on that. And then a final section on looking ahead, some exciting work that builds on top of that. So, really very briefly, the background. Whenever you look about these interpreters or software can allow this kind of work, they have been classified in a variety of ways. The way we would really like to see that is that basically there are two different ways you can see them. And they can be modeled into this schemata, x goes to x, x goes to f of x. Basically means the x goes to x, and we go to this gives a sort of brief account of this. It suggests the design of a software that allows the query or the design in any conceivable way. You can find the things, if you see something in a design that potentially is not a formal part of it, but you actually see it, how could you do that? And this has been the most important, I guess, the driver for all the people that they have dealt a lot with. I mean, the drivers for the people that do the software for safe grammars. The ability to seamlessly navigate from representation to representation. The other kind of approach is also the work that like it's the design of the software that allows the specifications of rules in any possible way, in a clearly visual way. That would be among the most paramount ways of trying to do that. So we think about like a parametric recursive modeler that supports emergence. The emergence would be the x goes to x, and the parametric, and the visual modeler would be the visual. So there are many accounts, and they appear in the literature, starting from Krishnamurti's work and Rudy's work following that. And they can be given on the literature. What some of them they support emergence, some they all support recursion. They all do different things in different geometries, parameterization and stuff. But in this sort of stream of things, we go towards the end here, and that's really the work that has appeared after in the last 3, 4, 5 years with the work of primarily of Thomas Glass and the software Grape. And this is to wrap up, to start wrapping up this background of session. This is the editor of the Grape as it looks now. This is the engine itself can support a variety of different different sort of environments, Rhino and Revit. This one is on HTML5. You do have your rules to the left. You specify the actual rule here. Mind you that this is not the left to right hand side. Even though conceptually this is what it's all about. The left to right hand side is really superimposed one on top of the other. And here I was worried when I was looking earlier at the resolution. This is really very difficult to make any sense of this. That's okay. As long as we're here, it's fine. But you can specify all sorts of interesting things here. The rules can be textual, they can be visual, they can be cast-specific schemata, and this is the parts of the things. For example, if you see here, the left-hand side is these four lines, and this is really this line is here, that, and the right-hand side is that. And this is really with red, this is with black, and this is a schema A goes to A plus B. Which means if you see the left-hand side, keep it because A goes to A and add that. So anyhow, there's lots of stuff, and we had a nice conference, we had a nice workshop in Chicago this past summer. Thomas went through all the state of the art of the software. But for those of you that not few were there, but just only to explain what is all in 5 instructional steps, how this thing works, and how this software manages to capture some of the intuitions that the same grammar computers fully embody. So we might say, and we use that for that because it's really one of the earliest ones. So this is safe, and this safe has history. It can be any history, but let's assume for the simplicity that it's really 2 squares. And so this is, we assume that the designer, you could have brought it from AutoCAD, you could have brought it from everywhere, but the point is that someone drew 2 shapes. It could have been any other, in fact. So then you are within, once this thing is imported into the engine, then it is really translated with what George calls reduction rules. But the way that it's done in software is that we use the maximum, use a graph package to be able to compute the embedding of the lines in these bigger sort of construction lines. So basically then this shape here is described. You don't see any difference to you. In your eyes it's exactly the same. You saw that. You see the only point is now is that once it is in the software, this is not anymore the 2 squares that used to be there, but now it is 8 lines, which are the 8 maximal lines that this shape consists of. So all good, all is good then, and then you apply a rule. So how do you apply the rule? Well, you have to draw the rule, and let's say in this specific case that you really want to say, find me triangles, find me pentagons, find me hexagons, find me weird things, dragons. You have to draw them. If you draw them, then by drawing them again using the same sort of system that before did the reduction rules, you specify the rule triangle goes to triangle, which means find the triangle, find the transformation under which you can produce, you can match that, and then the system here gives you the result of the 4 triangles. So this one now, it used to be 2 squares, and now it is 2, and now it's 4 triangles. So that is, this ridiculous example here means that all you see in the screen is really that, as if nothing happens. But however, underneath, in the background, you have all this computation that you don't really this shape. So from that shape you go to that, and then you go back to that, and you have this constant loop, but always changing, or in a way facilitating what it is that you're actually seeing. Clearly I could have moved and I would say find me this and do that, and do whatever you want to do. So the underlying engine, this is the head here, which it is the engine that sort of Thomas put together. This can be extended, it can be extended in both the back and in the front. In the front here we have where we have you can work with AutoCAD, you can work with Rhino, what have you. In the background, all of these computations that done to find you have this reduction of lines, and you have the maximal line presentation. This is done through this package, the GRGen, but in principle, you can have any other sort of built up, any other system built up from scratch. So, this is a technical discussion of that. You can find it in the, I think I had it, there are 5 or 6 different papers since 2012. So, okay, we have that, and that's really has been a driving in all these presentations. How do we do that? How do we make these incredible computations happen? Well, I mean, it's something that Terry has spent a long time, and many others here in this room, is how to make it productive. I mean, how do you actually go about it? One thing is to think about the rule design, and sort of thinking about formal composition, rule-based composition in a creative sense. And if you do have that system that in theory should be able to do it, how do you go about it? So there are 2 different ways that I have been doing it over the years, sort of trying to see how this could work. And it simulates a bit the 2 exercises in formal composition by George. It also relies on Terry's work on the transformations in design. And this one starts basically, sort of in a rising complexity, so to speak, from 2 different domains. The first one is you start from actual rules that you have seen in the literature. You start from rules and you fool around with rules. The students, the users, the designers, they see a rule, they say how useful that may be, and they sort of start fooling around with that. The second one is that when you don't know the rules, and you try to concoct the rules, and then once you concoct the rules, you sort of play a game with them to see what you will be able to produce. So this is a classic sort of thing. So we have seen that. George has done it, like back in the 1980s, the formal application of this. Well, how can we do it in software? So they basically, the students here, they define 2 rules. So when we see an identity rule, when you go to 0, 0, 0, draw that, and they draw the square, and we call it rule 1, make a square. And then there's another rule, rule 2, say embed a square. So you draw left-hand side, a square, and then you draw another one to the side. You do that, and then you start playing the button, rule 1, rule 2, rule 1, rule 2, and you start making these lovely computations that they have sort of taken, from literature. So this is the kind of how do you start. Say, okay, but rather than drawing it, you're using the software to do that. And then once you understand that, say, okay, well, now that you got it, I mean, why don't we try some other rule? Again, thinking about rules and only rules. So in this case here, this is really 3 instances of the same parametric rule. Rather than putting a square within the square, you put a square that sort of rotates in a specific relationship. It's a rotating one, and you operate on the edges. So this is basically the same. It's the same parametric schema, but 3 different instances. Once you do that, then a kind of interesting thing here is to say, whoa, this is something that potentially you have not seen in advance. And that's really what we're trying to clear and suggest here, that some of the iteration that is suggested here, this is really trivial if you do it in Python or whatever, but it's kind of very interesting if you draw it and then you see that in a straightforward way. I mean, to me, it's immensely different, right? I mean, trivial as a programming exercise, but fantastic in terms of actual drawing. So what happens here is the same rules that we see. So let me go back again to that. The same widths. But let's say whenever you see a square, you substitute that. So A goes to A plus B, but there are, you know, it's up to you to program. You say, I want to cast this rule in the schema A goes to A plus B. Or I want to cast it in the schema A, like you don't sort of, you draw that and then you erase. You erase the boundary. So you don't, it doesn't retain anymore. Or in fact, you might say, applied under a sum of transformations. So A goes to the sum of transformations of A, which means because the symmetry of the square is 8, here the symmetry of that is 4, because it's rotation. You can apply it in 2 different ways, so you can get a nice diagonal sort of pattern. And imagine I call this rule, let's say 3, 4, 5, and see all these designs now. They can be, some are straightforward, and they all have to do, with the, if they apply in a similar way, you see, here, you can start making really beautiful sort of interrelated patterns, because you apply the rule, let's say 3, either 3, 3, 3, 3, or 5, 5, 5, 5, or let's say 4, 4, 4, or you might go 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, you can get patterns like this, for example. You see, you start skipping things. Or you can apply something which has a very dynamic transformation between the first application and the rule itself. So things like that, basically, you try out. I mean, this is really like programming, like John Maida's playing by numbers, or like any other programming sort of thing, but visual entirely. That's really what and where the pleasure is in the class. And then, of course, I mean, you take that as a schema, and where the shape is the predicate. You say, well, I mean, why should be square and putting a square within a square? You can put anything within anything, right? So, and you can structure the whole this course. Here is the simplest possible thing. Let's start from polygons. So here is an equilateral triangle. You describe the triangle. Here is a square, of course, the pentagon, the hexagon, and so on. You draw the hexagon, you draw the other hexagon in, and again, from rule to rule. And then you draw to see what happens. It's kind of nice to see, well, what happens? Let's see. That's what happens. Interesting formations, very much like the, you know, in the spirit of, I mean, oh gosh, I throw a blank. Sullivan, like say Sullivan's way of understanding nature and the ornament. When you start with, for those of you know, I think it's called the Principles in the, does anyone know this big book by Sullivan? I throw a blank now. But it starts really like that, with a regular polygon and then sort of lines and then that, and then in the end comes with very complex, with really nothing complex about it. But you can keep on playing around with that. So that's one kind of exercise. Starting with the joint sort of rule with the nested polygons, and then going to somewhere else that you might not think. We call it actually pinnacle because we were referring to Bill's work. Those of you who remember this, his work on the Bill Mitchell's work on the Vitruvius Redo. He has this nice exercise with all different kinds of things you can do with these two squares. And basically the construction of the origin for the church. Basically the root two squares growth. So this is the checkerboard, lattice gamma. That's very straightforward, but it's a bit more complex because it's not just one rule. It has labels. It has all this other paraphernalia that we use sometimes in the often. I mean, much more in the past, but not in this free sort of way. And I don't know how many of you that you actually have encountered that. We have encountered that a lot. Since my studies all the way to now, we play with things and then suddenly something doesn't work the way it is. You say, what happened? Did I do a mistake? I mean, and this doesn't work as intended. Is it the author's mistake, for God's sake? You know, like George or Terry made a mistake, for example. I mean, how's that possible? I still remember, Terry, I still remember I had gone with him, like in the kindergarten, sort of, and there's out of this 80, 100, how many rooms, there was one that had the label wrong, and I was like, oh, very happy to find the one. And if I don't want to make up a story, I don't make up a story, but it was one labeling was not correct. So anyhow, here it is the thing, here, and this is a computation now in, we have done it with the outlined, with the exterior shape, as with the bounding shape, as George suggests. This is really in a much more sort of grown modular way. So this goes like that, in a bootstrapedon sort of sense, up and down, left and right. And you see here how the system picks up various sort of modules, and of course terminates here with the complete design at the end. Those of you that have seen the ice ray, the one ice ray is coming, this is really like a straightforward application. Satisfaction is, of course, in doing this automated production. Mind you, this comes by, once you finish the production, you say to the software, show me all the production. And I ask for this bootstrapedon. Bootstrapedon is a peculiar word. Boost means ox. Strophe means turn, and don means in the manner. So it's in the manner of plowing with the ox. It's like an old sort of, and all the ancient writing, Sumerian, and later on goes from right to left, and then, you know, keeps on going like this. It's a most bizarre and delightful sort of thing. So that's really the representation here, and this terminates. Well, I mean, the simplest possible thing you can do, it is what usually computer scientists do when they are making art, which means they have the lattice and they put something inside and they're delighted, right? So here it is, the thing that what we try to keep, because this one has a dihedral order, like this is diagonals of symmetry. These are all patterns playing around with hexagons of different kinds, but always, they have this kind of reflection. And they are casted in a variety of ways. Some of them, you can keep the square, you can keep the left-hand side, or erase it and see what it is. Well, the delightful thing with this kind of stories is that when you erase the outside boundary, then you start taking things that, you know, they start foregrounding internal relationship, not the actual square module that generated the thing. And of course, now, those of you that have done it with the hand, you will say, no, this cannot be done. Because if you erase the square, then you will start having tangled edges and things like that. I mean, so how do you go about it? Again, you can ask the software. It's up to the user to see what they want to do. Do they want to do, and say, apply it one by one, as I did as we saw here, for example. This is, you see, every time you apply something, the square remains in the label in this point of projection, but there's a label there. So this is still active. But if you would have done it and you would have erased the outside square, you would not be able to do the kind of connection. So what really happens here is that we have another schema that says X goes to the sum. So it can, the system sort of picks up all the possible applications and boom, sort of substitutes everything. The most, like this can keep on escalating. The mobile gardens is a pitch, to use an American expression. It's very hard to capture, very, very difficult. But the student here did, various students have done their efforts trying to capture. So. And this also something interesting here, you know, things that in the original grammar were like, you know, off, you know, just you can treat the color like that, or like this, or like with a sampler, without really specifying the relationships. This is very difficult to do in a visual sort of sense, you know, and that required all things like this, you know, that some roots, for example, here the root applies only to the one side, but assumes that it's going to go around it, or not assumes, but it will go by applying the labels, as opposed to rules as they get directly by lateral symmetry embedded within them. Students here, they draw the rules one by one, and then they test it, and here you see a final, like a complete computation, sort of starting again with this manner. From there, you go to the A's, and it goes to the, this is AAA, and that and that. Well, these are all possibilities that you can have, structurally speaking, model garbage. I think there's 16 of them, but only 9 that Terry should be able to address that better than me, if she remembers. But I spent some time there. 9 can be done structurally speaking, and 7 that they are sort of not possible in the style, but quite interesting. And this has to do with the manner of playing with the borders and the canals, borders and canals basically. And basically, you cannot have a smaller canal if you don't have a larger one, and some other provisions. Anyhow, so this is this kind of trajectory that I showed to you. It is really by studying the rules. Studying the rules and then fooling with the rules and then see what could be done. The other way around is not studying the rules, you don't know the rules, and you have the additional constraint of trying to make up the rules. And the rules, you can make them up. To use again the examples from the 2 exercises from formal composition, either you can make them up entirely, so you can substitute here briefs, from briefs to rules, or it can be from designs. So when you have the whole thing. But the point is you don't know, basically. In that sense, you can be inspired by X. In this case here, to put a tribute to another sort of master we love very, very much. This is from Lionel Marx and Leslie Martin. Lionel's early work in the urban structures, where he was sort of referring to the possibilities of this kind of free patterns nucleated in linear distributions of 10 to 9. Really delightful essays of figure ground condition between what can be built and what is a road, what is a network, and what is a figure. And fooling and playing around with both sort of with gradations. So yeah. So this kind of divisions, because this is really an exercise on regular division, that assuming what is black and what is white, and given ratios, that or that, for example. You see, two squares, white and black. It opens up for a delight. Oh my gosh! For a delightful sense of exercises that can be drawn on paper. Not on paper. Sorry, my God, I'm so used to saying that. Drawn paperless. Pun intended. I made it up. So here is, for example, a rule that is drawn 4 squares within the square, 9 squares within that. And here is like a classic sort of, you feel like an urban designer, or you feel, however you want to feel when you do that. Again, visually, you apply the rule here, the rule applies only once, calculates the symmetry, this is symmetry of A, this is symmetry of A, you can apply it only once, here it is. You can apply the rule in all parts, you can apply it serially, or you can apply it in all different parts, and you have this. So this kind of computation that you see, it is it is for summations. Or you can do the same thing that I was doing before, when you start applying. I mean, it's in front of you. You can apply 4s versus 9s versus whatever, and then in that sense, you do something that typically cannot be easily done. That's really the kind of recursion and the power of computers to help enable the designer to do what, like the same thing that you would do earlier on when we were talking about the electronic studios. So some of these, they look really bad here, but they have a beauty. They have a beauty, and they can be used as scaffolds from fenestration, from windows to urban designs to what have you. This is an urban. This is a computer scientist taking safe grammar classes. So and you know what computer scientists do? They love Esser. So they would do that stuff. So here it is. When you say find something to be inspired, yes, Esser is the one that inspires. So here is the thing, and it's like, can we do something like that with the software that we have? That's really the kind of example. what Kelsey did in a delightful manner, in fact, is he used the half square or the right-angle isosceles, and rather than putting a label, he used like by drawing another line, he disambiguates the thing, and he gives it a nice sort of proper symbol of one. And these are 6 rooms. And the nice thing is this. Some rooms are important. Let's say here, this room here creates the fractal condition, because now these two, they have the same property as that. And some other rooms, they help you go back and forth, so that you can actually switch. The nice thing about this grammar is because we stay like in a week or so, it is really a product of design as anything else. He had no reason of declaring this room, but he declared it because he was fooling around and he wanted to go, I want to go there. So how can I go there? Let me draw it. He drew the room, and then it was the room automatically is added, given the name, blah, 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 and then yes. And then in the end, so he substituted that. And here is a nice computation that goes with the roots, and then what is 2, it goes here, you make a nice rotation of the thing. You erase that stuff here, then you have one roof eraser, then you add this, and you make a very nice, sort of nice rotational sort of pattern, and then in the end, that kind of thing, delightful in terms of what the author really wanted to achieve, and many others. The assignment is to make many designs, and this is all about tiling, so they use a fractal-like condition. That's what he wanted to achieve, like the hyperbolic sort of geometric condition of the hyperbolic geometric conditions S's work. Is it done?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, well, I see the 5 there. That's why.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Oh my God! Okay, but you see the points. Guys, look. If someone does that to you, what do you understand?
Yeah, 5 minutes left. What I tell you,
2.5.
there's no 1 minute.
Okay. So this is not anymore in the interface of the HTML5 in Canvas. This is really on Rhino. This is from the production, the process drawings of Miss drawings for courthouses. I did a project with courthouses, so I'm always interested in that. That's my student here, James Park. This is a 3-dimensional grammar, all in Grape. Works in Rhino and in Revit too. So this production you see here, it is actually true. It's not made up. It's a 3-dimensional model done. It does not support emergence, this one in gray, but supports 3-dimensional sort of like kind of kindergarten sort of relationships. But once you do them, then you can slice them. You can do all the typical stuff that you do in a 3-dimensional model. Just that this model here is produced with the engine that we have. And looking ahead, so all of this is, I make it look all quite nice. It has taken tremendous effort. Many calls to Thomas, this doesn't work. What's wrong with that? Floating numbers, what have you? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by this? It has, it's difficult. So while we keep on working, and again, as I said, this is meant to be a companion volume to our next iteration of Grape. At the same time, I want to use again from Bill Blitzer's illustration. This is from the language of architecture. In his classification, he uses that illustration to discuss hierarchy, the sort of hierarchies. Interestingly enough, all of this is very nicely defined. If you can see it, you can squeeze your eyes, squares, letters, everything. But, okay, I keep it. I won't tell you what's got here. Let's come and talk to me later. Yeah, that's fine.